Welcome back to our course on computer vision. I'm Kaustav Tripathi, your instructor, and today we are going to talk about how to use mouse in our images and how we can draw with the help of our mouse whatever we want to draw, or the whatever, shapes, or we want to write something over there. How we can do all of these things with the mouse. How we can create a mouse interactive image. So we'll see all of these things, and later on we will also see one small kind of mini project, or you can say a small interesting thing. We will see how we are gonna crop images with the help of our mouse. Like, we will select some area and that much area will be cropped out. Okay, like we do it in our mobile phones, and in computers. The way we crop images, we just slide down the section, the part that whatever we want, and we crop that much. Same thing we are gonna do it here, but in a different way, and that will be our own code of doing that cropping. Okay, it's not just some software. We are gonna build our own software, our own code to crop some image. Okay, so let's get on to a spider ID without wasting any further time. Okay, so here we are. Now this is our general code of reading Lena1 image and showing it and wait key. This is the simple same thing. Old stuff. We got this Lena image over here. Now let's close it. Now this is the basic stuff. Now we are gonna create a mouse interactive our code where we can use a mouse, in this image, whatever, if we press something over here, we do whatever, we are moving the mouse, nothing is happening right now. Okay, our mouse is not interactive. The mouse can only just close the image. That's it. That's the task of the mouse over here. But what if we want to draw something with the help of a mouse or image? So there is this one method inside of a CV2. It is called cv2.set mouse callback, as you can see over here, and it takes two parameters with it. One is the name of the window that you have created, that is frame, and another one we're going to talk about later when we use it. We're going to talk about it here. Okay, let's see the space code here. Now what this set mouse call button does, it calls out a function. Okay, we use it after displaying the image and before the wait key. Now, because if we use it after the wait key, then that means in the wait key we have already closed the image. But we want to use it before closing the image. We want to create an interaction with our mouse. So we are going to use it over here after showing the image and before the cv2.set mouse call. Okay. Now, in this section, we put out one function that we create related with the mouse interactions. Okay. Now that function is create just any function. Let's say tab mouse, or let's say mouse event. Okay, we call it a mouse event handling or event mouse handling, whatever. Okay, mouse event, and now this mouse event takes some parameters. Okay, now those are first parameters event. Okay, then x comma y, the coordinates in the image where you are pressing or where you are moving your mouse to. Okay, then the third is a flag, and the fourth is a params. Now these last two are like the optional the optional arguments over here. You don't need it, but you have like no concern with it. You don't have to use those, because the flags is it checks whether you have pressed the mouse or not, and parameters except if there's any other parameters passed inside of the function. So you don't have to worry about these two, and but you have to check these three. This is the event. It checks whether the event is what kind of event has happened, whether you have pressed right click button, right mouse button, or left mouse button, or whether you have using the what you say, waving the mouse over there, or using the scroll button. So it checks that event. Okay, I'm gonna show you right now what are all those events are there. Okay, so this is the function that we create, and we give that function name over here, mouse event. Okay, you don't need to put parentheses in this. It's a special function, and let me zoom it a bit so that you can see it clearly. Okay, so now this is our function. We have created our function. Now here we're gonna write if event equals to. Now we're gonna see what are the events up there over there. Let me show you over here only, cv2 dot event. Now you see here there are lots of events present over there. Event L button down, event L button up, event mouse move, event flag L button, event R button down, left button double click, R button up, middle button down. Now these are all related to the mouse events. Okay, so L button down means when you are pressing the L button. L button up means when you are releasing the left button. Same thing for the right button. Mouse move means the way you are moving the mouse. It is gonna use that as an event. Now same thing for the middle button also. And double click, there is a left button double click. By the word you would have understood. You are pressing the means you are using double clicking of left key of mouse, and same for the right button. So these are all the events that we have right now over here. So we're gonna use left button down. Okay. If event, now let me write the event. If event is equal to cv2 dot event left button down. So what I'm gonna do over here, we're gonna let's say in an earlier video, in my last video, if you're there, we have used like put text putting inside of a image, or we created draw the lines and all. So we are going to use one of those methods over there, cv2 dot put text, and now the let me okay. Now the cv2 dot put text, what it does, I've already explained you earlier. Okay, and I have this. You can see here. This is all. This is what I've in my earlier video. I've taught you all this. Here I've told you about cv2 the line, arrow line, rectangle, circle, and put text. Okay, we're gonna copy one of those from here, so we don't have to write it again and again. Okay, and yeah, and I'm gonna place it over here. Control V. So this is our cv2 dot put text method, and here we have given it the coordinates 100, 200. We're gonna not give these coordinates, and we're gonna give it x, y. Now I told you the x, y are the coordinates that we pass. Okay, the where we are pressing the mouse. Okay, and reduce the size a little bit. Okay, leave the size of this. This is the color. This is the thickness, and change the word to hello world. Let's say. Okay, and we are using the image. Okay, so this is our function for the event left button down. Okay, we are using the put text method for putting some text inside of the image, and we are given it all its parameters inside of it. Okay, now let's run this program and see what happens, whether it runs fine or not. Okay, it works. Let's press the left button. Okay, there's nothing is happening right now. Let me see. Okay, you have one thing we are missing over here. We haven't showed that image. cvd.show frame, comma, image. Okay. So what happens here? We have shown the image, and it calls a call the mouse back button. But when we are editing the image, again we have to call that image. Okay, with the same frame name. Now if I run it, let's see. Now you see here it printed hello world. Actually the size was bigger, so you couldn't keep it inside of it. Let me reduce the size. Okay. Let me give it 0.5. Now let's run it. Control F9. And now if I press it over here, okay, now this time it's too small. Let's adjust it again to 1 and reduce the thickness to 3. Okay, put it here. And you can see here it is perfectly fine right now. Hello world. Okay, wherever we are pressing it, hello world, hello world. Okay, I'm just pressing it and it is printing it over there. So that's how we can give it a perfect place to print hello world. Okay, like I want it here, so I don't have to find the first check the coordinates, and then according to coordinates I write it. Okay, this is wherever I put my mouse over here, I put my mouse over here and I click it, I got the hello world over here. Okay, so this is the feature of the left mouse this left mouse button event, and that's how we can put a text inside of it. Now we can do other things also. We can put a circle over that place, or we can just find out coordinates of that place. Let's say if we want to find the coordinates of that place, what are we gonna do? We're gonna now to find the coordinates, we need to put coordinates instead of this hello world place, right? And what we put here is a string, so we need to convert those coordinates in terms of a string. So let's create one variable, our str1 equals to strx, and then let's give it a comma over in the between, and okay, str1. Okay, and we're gonna place this here but as a parameter str1, right? Okay, now let's run it. Now if I put that mouse button over here, it gives me the coordinate of 114,63. I put a here. Okay, it is going out of bound. And here 273,329, 441, 34,347. You see, this is how it works. Now we can put a left button. I'm right now working on left button now. You can try it out for right button or double click buttons. You should try other features over here to understand it much more clearly. So this was like putting text. We are putting this text. Okay, let's create a rectangle. Okay, so for the rectangle, we have this our rectangle line. Control C and Control V. Let's remove the text right now. We don't need it. Okay, before understanding the rectangle, um, okay, let's get directly on the rectangle. Now rectangle requires 2 points. Okay, but right now we are giving it a 1 point at a time. Okay, we are pressing it, it gets 1 point and it does whatever task we have provided at that point. But rectangle requires 2 points to create a rectangle. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get 2 points inside of it? How are we gonna send 2 points? So for this we create a list over here. Let's create a list. Let's say points equals to this, and we create an empty list. And we don't need it right now. Move it. Now points dot append, and we're gonna pass it tuple of x comma y. Okay. So what we did, we are gonna pass the append our list points list with the values of x comma y. So every time when it gets click on it, it will get this. It will append it inside the points. So when there will be 2 clicks, there are two values will be inside of our list. So we can work it easily. So let's now rectangle will be formed when there are 2 points. So we will create a if situation. If length of points equals to 2. Okay, then this line of code is gonna work. And this is a filled circle. Let's not fill it. Let's keep it empty. And now this is the index of our points. Okay, so we're gonna give it index points, and there are 2 points. Okay, 0 or 1. So we're gonna give it 1 over here, and 0 over here. Okay, now everything looks good. Now let's run. Okay, I pressed. Wait a minute. I press one button over here. Wait, okay, yeah, there is one thing more need to be changed. Here, image. Okay, now you can see it easily. Control A, 9. One click, second click, and we got a rectangle over here. Okay, let's do it again. Control A, F9. One click and second click, and you see we can capture the face. Okay, now we can also crop it. I will show you in the last how we're gonna crop this thing. Okay, but we can crop it according to this. We got the points, we can crop it easily. Okay, now same thing we can do it with a circle. We can create our own circles. Okay, just put a circle over here, and wherever we are gonna put our mouse, it will accept it as a center. We're gonna provide it some radius. We can create a circle with it. So these are all the things that we can do with the left button. Now there are lots of things that we can do, and you try it out with your own. And we have lots of features, like we can create a line wherever we are gonna put it. The line will be created between those 2 points. Same thing with the arrowed line. Talk about rectangle over here. Let's talk about circle, put text. Now try out these things with the other different keys. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to one more thing, one interesting thing. If another event it is, if event equals to cv2 dot event underscore mouse move. Okay, so this time what will happen? It will do whatever we are doing while moving the mouse. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use cv2 dot line over here this time. Okay, and okay, let's copy it again. So writing it cv2 dot line, Control C, Control V. Okay, so this is our line. Again, image it is, and we're gonna give the coordinates. So points 0, points 1, and there's a color, there's a thickness, and we're gonna add it to points that are pen, and we're gonna give it to that tuple x comma y. Okay, so here this is our program over here. Okay, we are appending the points list, and we are creating a line according to that point. Okay, between those 2 points, and we need to create also an if condition. Now, if um, then points equals to 2. Okay, now okay, there is this is gonna create. Let me show you, and you will understand it. There, tab Control A F9. Okay, yeah, this is excellent. Control A F9. Now, when I'm gonna move my mouse, now it creates only a dot over here, because what happened is I can zoom it right now, but those 2 points just within a very minute distance they were formed because of my mouse movement. Okay, I said create a line only at the 2 points, and it did that. But so what are we gonna do in this case? We're gonna first thing we're gonna do it for greater than equal to 2, and right now we are working for 0 and 1, means like the very first point and the second point. But let's change it to -1, sorry, -2 and -1. Now what will happen? It will work on the last 2 points that we'll press. If there are only 2 points, then also it will work. If there are like 100 of points, then it will work for the last 2 points. And let me show you how it is going to work. I press this, and you see here what's happening over here. Listen, every time it is judging for the 2 points, last 2 points, and it is creating a line between them. And then again, last 2 points are again a line, and you can see it is working perfectly fine. You can draw whatever you like. Okay, I've created. So this is how we can work. We can create lines, or you can say, let's see it again. We can draw whatever we want. We can create a sorry, we can create this. Okay, it makes a heart shape. That looks a bit pretty. Okay, so this is all we can do over here. We can draw things. That's it. Now we've talked about all of this. This is the mouse movement. Now, what if we want to like know the like if this is an image, let's see. This is an image that we have. Don't bother with the line. Okay, so what we want to know right now is what is the color index of this place, or this place, or this place. What is the color index at this point? Okay, we want to know the blue, green, red combination of that place. Okay, so let's do create a thing for it. Okay, so we will do it with the left button down, or let's create one. Okay, that will help you. Okay, I'm going to create a more if event. If event equals to cv2 dot event. Now this time we're gonna do is we're gonna use right button down. Here is right button down. This is right button down. Okay, so we're gonna use right button down, and this what we're gonna do is now every to find the blue color at that certain point. what we have to do is we put it in a variable, let's say blue, and image, and we're gonna pass y comma x, and the index of blue is 0, y comma x comma 0. Okay, so what it does, it gives us the index of the value of the blue color in that y comma x position. Same thing for the green, equals to image y comma x comma, now green at index 1 and red at index 2, so red is equal to image y comma x comma 2. Okay, so now we have got this. Now we will use cv2.putText method, and let's copy the putText method again. Control V. Okay, now what we want to provide over here is a string. Okay, let's make it image first. Now we want to give a string over here, so again we will convert it into a string. Let's say str1 equals to str blue comma str, sorry, not comma, and we're gonna give it a space like this. The string str green, and then again plus comma str red. Okay, we've converted the string. We're gonna pass the string over here, str1. The positions will be x comma y, and font size will be this, and then let's reduce the size a little bit, thickness a little bit. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, I think everything looks fine. Let's run it, and oh, this line is still working. Let's press the button over here, and this is the index written over here. Let me remove this line from here. Let me remove this much part. Delete. Okay, and let's change the color a little bit. Like 100, okay, some random color I'm giving. You can give any one, 60. Okay, now let's run. And I press the button over here. Okay, this is 78, 70, 177. Not getting this one over there. Here you can see 98, 100, 200. Let's increase the size. Okay, 129, 138 something, and 107, 135, 236. Okay, so that's how we can find the color index at that position. You can adjust the size and so that you can see every word, every letter clearly. That's how we can find out the size at any position. Okay, now we can also do one thing. Now we've got the size. What if we want to, there are lots of places, like small places. We want to find what that color actually is. We can't just zoom it over here and see it, otherwise pixel will break and all. But we want to know what color this is. We want to see it like in a big screen. We want to see this whole color. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create an image with the help of this blue, green, and red. We're gonna create an empty image of that mixture of these three colors. Okay, so how are we gonna do it? Yes, to do that, we're gonna create a one uh, frame with the help of np.zeros. So let's say image1 equals to np.zeros, and we're gonna give it a tuple of 255. It is a 0. We're gonna say the size, sorry, 512, 512. That's the size we provided. That will be a colored image, so index 3. And then we're gonna give it a data type, np.uint8. Okay, we have created this image. Now we will provide this image these three blue, green, red colors. So what we have to do is image1 equals to blue, green, red. Okay, and then we're gonna do cv2 dot I am show. We're gonna do frame 1 comma image 1. Okay, now let's see what happens. Now if I go here, I press this button. Okay, name NP is not defined. Yes, we are using this np numpy. We have to call that module, import numpy as np. Okay, let's run it again and let's see. And you see we have pressed here and we've got this frame over here. Let's close it and let's see this color. And we've got the frame of this color and it tells us what color it really is. We can understand that color very easily. Now let's see if we want to know this color over here at the bottom. Okay, this is this color. Same thing we want to know of some color like here what it is. And if I press it, and this is the color. That's how we are creating our own window of that color. We are fetching the color out of this image and we are creating our own window of that. Okay, so this is in the with the playing with the colors, finding out the index of those colors, and also the creating our screen frame. Sorry. Now let's talk about cropping the image that I was keeping it earlier. So to crop an image, we have got the our points, point 0 and point 1 over here, right? We've got the 2 points to crop an image. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to create nothing. Images are what? They are formed of matrices, arrays, and and those arrays, those matrices, if we use slicing in it, then they will gonna shorten out. Okay, their size will be shortened out. If we slice in the sides, like if an image is 512 by 512, and if we slice that image to like 0 to 255 only. Okay, so what will happen is that image will be sliced down to 0 to 255. Same thing we can do with the width also. We can reduce the width, all of these things. So what we are gonna do, same thing we are gonna apply over here. We're gonna slice this image that we have created with the help of cv2.rectangle. We have find out 2 points. Okay, let me run it. Let me show you. When we are running this, we were having this 2 points and we got this rectangle over here. Okay, so what we did, we find out this point and this point. We've got the index of these 2 points. Okay, now we're gonna use these 2 points and we're gonna crop this image in this way and in that. Okay, so to do this, I'm gonna create one variable. Let's say crop image equals to image, and we're gonna our variable inside of the points dot append, right? So we're gonna give it points dot append. Points, and we're gonna pass the index. Wait a minute. Yep, and -2 comma. It will be. We have to in these kind of when we're slicing, what we need first. Okay, we need it's first of all it's width from which point to which point we're gonna crop which point we're gonna remove from the top side and which point we're gonna remove from the bottom side. So for that we're gonna use this 180 and 392. So at the first we're gonna write 1 over here and then -2 -1 and again 1. Now we're gonna remove from the sides. Okay, so sides we will be working with the part of the length part, and so in this case we are gonna remove -1, -2, and here will be 0, and again -2, and again -1 and 0. Okay, so what it will do, it will slice out the image, the part that much we want, and then we're gonna run the cv2.imshow, and what we need is a crop image. So we'll create a frame first, frame 1, and crop image. Okay, so let's see. Control A, F9. Okay, we got image. Now I'm gonna click it over here, and then I'm gonna click it over here. I got the square. Okay, something's happened. I must have mistake where somewhere. Um, right. I haven't given what points over here. Okay. Now you can see I've mistyped these points. I haven't wrote them over here. Okay, now let's see. Now it should work just fine. I will give the points over here and here. It creates a rectangle, and you see our cropped image has been formed right now. Okay. See this, that's so simple. All we have to do is select the place section that we want, and we can crop our images. Now we can also save these images by using the cv2.imWrite function, imWrite method, and we got our own cropped image. Now right now we have to crop this much. Let's see it more clearly. Again, control A F9, and let's take face only. Okay, this much part and this much part. Okay, we got the face. Now it can be worked for the facial recognitions. When we're working with facial recognition software, we will be this concept will be really handy over there. Okay, so this is all in the um, our mouse handling events. These are the stuffs that we can do. There are lots of other things that we can do over here. I've shown you there are lots of like keys and methods around here to play with, to work around with, and to see different things. Okay, so keep practicing it. Okay, work around it, and if you face any problem, just put it in the comment section and we will help you ASAP. Okay, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.